Today we're digging into a book that basically takes everything you think you know about trading and flips it right on its head. It's Best Loser Wins by Tom Ørntoft. And the big idea here isn't about having some secret strategy or being smarter than everyone else. Nope, it's about thinking differently. And I mean radically differently.
So let's start with a question that, let's be honest, haunts just about everyone who's ever tried this. Why is it so unbelievably hard? Why do so many smart, capable people, people like you, just consistently lose money in the markets?
You've probably told yourself it's because you don't have the right strategy, or maybe you don't have enough capital, or you miss that one key piece of knowledge. But Ørntoft says the real reason, it isn't what you think. The problem isn't external at all. The problem is us. It's because we act like normal human beings.
And this quote right here, this is the gut punch of the entire book. The problem isn't your trading plan. It's your psychology. It's the fact that the very instincts that keep you safe and help you survive in your everyday life, those are the exact same instincts that will absolutely destroy you in the markets.
Okay, so this brings us to what Ørntoft calls the losing paradox. It's this fundamental, kind of maddening conflict that every single trader has to wrestle with.
Let's just be crystal clear on this, because it's the most important distinction we're going to make. The myth is that you lose because you lack some special skill or you don't have the right tools. But the reality is you lose because of your own built-in human psychology. The battle isn't on the screen, it's inside your head.
I mean, just think about how this stuff plays out in real time. Our brains are literally hardwired to seek out comfort and run away from pain. It's a survival mechanism, right? But in trading, that impulse is pure poison. It's what makes us cut our winning trades short, just to lock in that nice, comfortable feeling of a small profit. And it's what makes us hold on to our losing trades for way too long, because we're trying to avoid the pain of admitting we were wrong. We hesitate, we look for other people to tell us we're right, and all this perfectly normal behavior just leads to total financial disaster.
Which leads us to a really uncomfortable but crucial idea. In the world of trading, that amazing, sophisticated pattern recognition machine we all have, our own brain, can actually become our worst enemy.
This graphic right here, this is the whole game. This is the core of the entire book. See, the normal brain is reactive. It's always trying to find comfort, run from pain, and get certainty where there is none. But the elite trader's brain, it's been deliberately rewired. It's proactive. It learns to embrace discomfort, seeing it as a sign of a real opportunity. It uses the sharp sting of a loss as valuable feedback, and it acts decisively, even when it's completely uncertain about the outcome.
And this just nails it. Being wrong, it's not the problem. You are going to be wrong, probably a lot. An elite trader just accepts that, takes the small hit, and moves on to the next trade. The average trader, though, they tie their ego to being right, and so they stay wrong, and they let a small, manageable problem spiral into an absolute catastrophe.
So this all leads us to the totally counterintuitive solution, which is right there in the title of the book. If being wrong is just part of the deal, then the secret to winning has to be found in how you lose. So what on earth does it mean to be a best loser? Well, it's not about trying to lose more often, that's for sure. It's about becoming the absolute best at losing. It means you get to a point where you're so emotionally detached from the outcome of any single trade that taking a loss has zero, and I mean zero, psychological effect on you. It's just a data point. It's a business expense in a world defined by uncertainty.
Think about it like this. Nobody becomes a world champion athlete or a chess grandmaster by just, dabbling on the weekends. It takes years of intense mental and physical conditioning. Well, trading is exactly the same. It's an elite performance sport for your mind, and you have to train for it with that same level of seriousness.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do you actually do it? How do you go from being a normal thinker to what Ørntoft calls an abnormal elite trader? Well, he actually lays out a practical way to do it.
Here are 3 concrete steps you can take. First up, mental rehearsal. Just like an athlete, you visualize the most stressful moments, like a trade going hard against you, and you mentally practice the correct, disciplined response again and again. Second, you have to learn to endure what he calls the pain barrier, that peak moment of anxiety where your brain is just screaming at you to get out. Instead of running,
you lean into that feeling and you trust your plan. And third, you actively rebuild your self-image. You don't just fake it till you make it, you act your way into becoming that resilient, disciplined person.
You see, this whole process requires you to completely flip the script on how you see pain. Instead of seeing a painful loss as some kind of deep personal failure, you have to start seeing it for what it is, a lesson. Every single emotional reaction you have is just pure, unfiltered feedback pointing you directly to a psychological weakness that you now have the opportunity to work on. Failure becomes your greatest coach.
So, if we strip everything else away, all the charts, all the indicators, all the strategies, what is the one thing that truly separates the winners from the losers in this game?
You know, people spend their entire lives and fortunes chasing the answer to this. They're on this endless hunt for the perfect system, the magic indicator, the one secret formula that's going to solve all their problems.
Well, let me just be clear. The edge you're looking for, it is not found in a better trading system.
And it is definitely not some secret indicator that only a chosen few know about. You know, the entire industry that sells you those easy answers is just profiting from that very desire.
And this right here, this is the ultimate takeaway from the entire book. The edge you've been looking for isn't out there somewhere. It's you. It's not about finding a better system, it's about building a better brain. One that's wired for the harsh realities of the market, not the cozy comforts of normal life.
So in the end, all that action you see on your screen, that's just a reflection of the real battle. The true war is fought right between your ears. It's your impulsive, comfort-seeking, normal brain going up against the disciplined, resilient mind of an elite performer.
And that really just leaves us with one final and pretty challenging question. Look, it's easy to go out and look for another system, another external solution. It is much, much harder to do the internal work. But if you are really serious about this, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to do the hardest thing of all and actually change your own mind? Because according to Hugard, that's the only path where the best loser finally wins.